This is awkward.
Oh, I had such an awkward moment this weekend. Can't wait to dive into that real quick. You guys are listening to DeHuff Uncensored, the number one comedy podcast in the state of Colorado. Thank you so much for making that happen. We're broadcasting from the Storms Bros Junk Removal Studios. Check them out at stormsbrothersjunk.com and get all that junk removed from your business or your home, all that stuff. We'll get into that a little bit later. But I got to tell you this. It was a nice moment, but then it was sprinkled in with just awkwardness that I guess kind of follows my life. My buddy Grant, his mom sadly passed away a little bit ago, and they did a celebration of life, which I got to be honest, that's the way to go. When I pass, if I pass, who knows with technology? I could win the lottery, and next thing you know, boom, I'm like 500 years old. Don't know what the hell I'm going to do with myself for that amount of time. I get bored easily, so probably not the best idea. Rewind. Yeah. Anyway, when I go, I want to do a celebration of life. That's what you guys should be doing because that's a lot better. And my buddy Grant knocked it out of the park. There was some he did it with such grace and I don't know. It was he did a beautiful job. Shared some funny stories. Other people came up and shared some fun stories, and obviously there was moments of, you get touched with the sadness of the reality of the moment. But fantastic job, and that's the way I would like to uh, be remembered is in a moment like that where everybody's gathered around. Um, and it's just a celebration, right? It's just the way to go. So, um, Grant, fantastic job. Your mom, Denise, amazing human being. But anyway, the so that was great, and here's the thing. This turned into kind of like a high school reunion. It did. I didn't finish out at Broomfield. I finished elsewhere, and so there was that awkward moment of there was a lot of people that I ran into, and they're like, I like my buddy Joey that I went to school with. He's like trying to tell, hey, you guys remember DeHuff? And I don't know how many people are like looking at me. Nope, no fucking clue who the hell this guy is that I'm stared at, and I'm touching his hand. Oh my god, we're shaking hands. I don't know this man, right? It was really awkward at times. I don't know who you are. I'm like, I don't know what else to fucking say, type of thing. Okay. That happened, I want to say like four times. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but those were moments that just dragged on and on. And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know what to say any more than this. And then it was neat to see some people that I went to school with. And this one lady named Allison, she comes up to me and she's just like, oh my God, Scott. And she hugs me. I'm like, first of all, I'll sign autographs later. Okay. That's what I thought. But no, she's like, oh, you remember me? My name's blah, blah, blah. It used to be blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my God. Then I start fanboying out. And I'm like, I remember you. You were so cool. Now you're still cool. It was really neat. There was a lot of neat moments. There was a moment where, and I feel bad. Does this ever happen to you? It's really loud in an atmosphere. Somebody comes up, they start talking to you, they introduce themselves. I can't hear worth a shit. Probably because, I have kids and they fucking yelling all the time and playing and whatever. Like my daughter this morning, she's like, hey, Dad, right in my ear in the car. And I'm like, God, Christ, I can hear you. You're like 2 inches from my ear. Anyway, she introduces herself. I have no idea what her name is. No idea. But I talked to her for like 30 minutes. A nice Italian lady. She's uh, funny, but I can't remember her fucking name. I feel bad. I mean, I'll get over it. Let's be honest. I'm not going to lose sleep over this. But it was just one of those awkward moments. There was God, there was something else, and I'm like, nah, I don't fucking, who was it? Oh, this one guy, Chris, listens all the time. Chris, hi. Went to school with him. Chris, I meant to say something. And trust me, next time I see you, I'll bring it up to you. Good dude. He's an arm grabber. Okay. He's, I guess like I move my head around a lot. Okay. I'm moving around. I'm looking at other things, partly because ADHD, right? Type of thing. I'm always like, And he does this like every time. I swear to God, every time I looked away from him, he would grab my arm. I didn't feel safe. That's what I'm saying. I'm kidding. But it was weird and interesting, and there was a lot of times where I'm like, I'm supposed to know who this person is. I don't know who the hell they are. They don't know who I am, or they know who I am, and whatever type of thing. It was really weird. And then probably the most awkward moment. I gotta peel back the curtain. I was a dick when I was a kid. Went through a lot of shit as a child with my dad, being killed at when I was 5 type of thing, and growing up and blah, 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 blah. Excuses. At the end of the day, it's excuses. But there was times where my brother and I were just dicks to people. And I kind of fed off of him. So basically, I'm pointing the finger at my brother. This is all his fault. He's not here to defend himself. Let's just blame him, okay? Works for me. Anyway, this guy, Kevin, nice dude. Despite all the times I was an asshole to him, anytime I ever interacted with him, he was always nice. And the crazy thing is like he's twice my size now. He could easily just break my face in two, right? So I'm leaving because I had to go coach a practice. And I see him, and I'm like, is that him? And I'm like, oh, my God, I've been waiting for this moment to apologize to him for years. So I take a deep breath and turn around, and I was like, Kevin? And he's all, Scott? And I'm like, oh, my God, Kevin, I am so sorry for being an asshole. Like, it all just spilled out. I'm like, I'm so sorry for being an asshole, and you didn't deserve it. And he's like, dude, it's okay. And then I'm like hugging him. Hey, I felt bad for him because he was just blindsided by me being I didn't cry. But I bet he thought that I was going to. Like, what the shit, man? This is so awkward. I'm having good conversations with my buddy over here, and then I get blindsided by Scott DeHuff, apologizing for being an asshole. Listen, it's never too late to apologize for being a prick. Okay? That's what I got out of it. But crazy. I'm sure there's some other awkward moments that I just can't think of right now. But overall, it was good. It was a good experience. I'm glad I ran into Kevin because that was a long time coming. And again, guys, don't be a prick. At the end of the day, don't be a prick. It's better to be nice to people. Those are life lessons that I try to teach my kids. It's better to be nice, better to be a good teammate, better to be a good person than to be on the opposite side of that and be just a fucking raging dick. Okay. Anyway, guys, it's going to be a great show. I swear to God, it's not going to be depressing. Okay. It's not. Got a lot of great, crazy fucking headlines coming your way. I figured what better way to start the week than with some crazy news. Sometimes I like to start the week with sports and recap the weekend. No, it's a Monday. Mondays can blow. Let's just do this. Let's have some fun. Don't forget to interact with the show. I'm having fun with everybody on social media. If you can go to the Apple podcast version of this show, which, by the way, for some reason, there's 2 profiles that show up for that at times. It's the one that has a bunch of reviews. That's the one you want to interact with. And if you can leave a funny or just random review of the show, 5 stars. Don't be a dick and give me 4. Okay? 5 stars. And I'm going to read those as they roll in. Okay? Whether it's today, I doubt we'll get some in by the end of the show, but go ahead, start sending those in or posting them on Apple Podcasts, DeHuff Podcast, and we'll have some fun with that. And maybe I'll start handing out some prizes because I got a prize guy now, and I can't wait to jump into that stuff as the weeks roll on. But anyway, guys, what we need to do right now is go ahead and jump into the news with the headlines.
Let's go! Let's go!
And now, here are the headlines.
Today's headlines are presented to you by Roof Goat USA. Go ahead, check them out at roofgoatusa.com. I I saw this. This was making the headlines quite a bit over the weekend, and it makes you think like, who would do this? What kind of prick would do this? 12. This is over in Europe. 12 tons of KitKats and the truck transporting them were stolen in transit from central Italy all the way to Poland. That's what are you going to do with that? Seriously. Okay, I get it. Is there a black market for KitKats because they're so overpriced? I don't think so. Police say be on the lookout for anyone with chocolate smudges on their face or...
But I'm healthy besides the diabetes.
Oh, that's the wrong diabetes one. Or anyone with...
Type 2 adult onset diabetes?
Flawless. I have 2 diabetes drops in there, and I clicked the wrong one. Oh, so awkward. So awkward. If you were going to steal a truckload full of a treat, not everybody likes candy. Some people like donuts. I hate donuts. They make me feel... I feel shameful after I eat a donut. Like, I shouldn't do that. Maybe I should go throw it up in the bathroom, but then I don't want to be that guy. Right? Is daddy in the bathroom again? Yeah, he ate too much pizza and a donut. Don't want to be that guy. It's a bad example for my kids. Anyway, who knew I was going to be joking around about anorexia? Awkward. Anyway, I love KitKats are good. My wife loves KitKats. Almond Joys are good with the mount because they got the almonds in it. Those are great. Love those. But man, I'm not a huge candy guy anymore. Way back in the day, I kind of ruined myself on candy. I guess maybe those Lindor chocolates. Yeah, okay, that's my kryptonite. Where it has the hard outer shell and it's like the kind of the soft melted chocolate in the middle. Oh my god, those I'm soft and gooey in my pants right now thinking about it. It's freaking amazing. That's really the only thing that I like. But back in the day when I was probably 12, 13 years old, I had an allowance and I spent all my money on a bunch of candy, came home, and I overindulged on the candy and probably ate like 90% of it, if not all of it. And I'm talking about just mounds and mounds of candy. And I remember throwing it up. And it was like a sweet, acidic, I still remember the taste, in a sense, coming out. And it was just so gross and so beautiful. And it ruined me for candy for the longest time until I had kids. And then my wife would, for Halloween, we'd get, candy and whatnot. And now I'm kind of getting back into it. But I'm basically either peanut butter cups. Now, the more I think about it, like Reese's peanut butter cups, those are fucking phenomenal. Or you go to the Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory, get their homemade ones. Oh my God. Those are fantastic. Or like I said, the other thing that I said, the Lindor chocolates. Oh my God, fucking amazing. It doesn't matter what kind. They're all good. All good. So anyway, if you're in Europe and you see some guy slinging, Kit Kats on the side of the road, don't buy them. Don't buy them. Although that would be kind of interesting. I'd like to know if you're traveling in Europe. We have tons of people in Europe. We talked about it the other day. It's bizarre to me. Maybe they'll make their way up to Ireland. Where were the other ones? They're in the Ukraine, which is bizarre to me. and I can't even remember all the places out there. Over in the UK, obviously, um, different places, Indonesia. There's a lot of you guys out there. If you see somebody slinging some stolen black market KitKats, you got to let me know what the price is on those. Because I would imagine that it would have to be a hell of a deal. 12 tons of KitKats? Who the fuck are you selling that shit to? Bunch of fat kids in the alley? I guess. Yes. Hey, that's not fair. But hey, if anybody does see that, let me know. Oh, I traveled so far. I want me some Kit Kats. Can I get a barrel of Kit Kats? I'm out of breath. Anyway, sorry. That offended somebody. Oh, let's do this real quick. All right, it's time for Meth Head, Idiot, or Floridian. All right, let's get into Don Pardo, and he's going to read the headline, and you're going to have to tell us, is this person an idiot, a meth head, or Floridian? Don Pardo, take it over. All right. This Airbnb guest is accused of peeing on furniture, causing over $5,000 in damages. Is this person an idiot, a meth head, or a Floridian? Tick-tock. All right, guys, what do you think it is? Don Pardo, what's the answer? All right, they're from Florida. All right. Da-da-da-da. The Airbnb, I always screw that up, by the way. If I ever have to say Airbnb, it takes me like a moment to, I'm like, am I saying it fucking right? The owner of the Airbnb told police that someone sent her a message on the Airbnb app claiming her then current guest, identified as 31-year-old Nicolette Koff, something like that, had peed on multiple items in the unit. And later, the owner allegedly found a video on an adult content website that showed a woman peeing in the unit and causing damages. Okay, here's something I missed when I was gathering this data. Later, the owner allegedly found a video on an adult content website. How the fuck did you know to look for that? Huh? Oh, I just had a hunch that he's recording. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to search a bunch of websites because I know there's some wrongdoings. Bullshit. I call bullshit. Anyway, real quick. I'll finish the storyline. The owner reportedly found that a antique Crown Royal chair, a rug, typewriter, 4 dining room chairs, coffee maker, a bed, TV, record player, toaster, and an electric fireplace needed to be replaced. She peeing everywhere. What the fuck? What the? Okay, I part of me wants to see the video. Is that wrong? Do I have a problem? Do I need to seek help? Because I want to know. Like, okay, I can see the rug. I can see the Crown Royal chair. That's high-end shit you have it in the in your Airbnb. But coffee. First of all, the dining room chairs, unless I'm guessing that they had like a soft cushion top. That's probably what it is. But the coffee maker, what the fuck? TV? You're pissing on a TV? A record player? What an asshole. Toaster? An electric fireplace? How that one? Was she sideways? I don't get it. Now your mind is like, okay, I'm on the same wavelength as DeHuff. I need to see the video. What the fuck is wrong with people? And going back to that, the bullshit on oh, I just stumbled upon it. Stumbled upon this video. You're such a liar. Did you tell your wife that? I don't know how I found it. Who knew? Apparently that's a neighbor. Like it's same type of mindset. Like, hey, like you see that like, oh my God, we found out that Carol down the street has an OnlyFans. How'd you find out? Well, we just found it on the internet. Bullshit. Bullshit. Somebody knew, and then somebody ratted her out. That's what happened. Probably Todd down the street was just like making small talk with Carol, and she's like, "Yeah, I got an OnlyFans page. Might as well check it out." And he's like, "Sweet. I just want to tell my wife." And then Todd, being a dummy that he is, accidentally leaves his browser open. Okay, leaves to go get some gas for the car because they got a big family trip coming up. And then his wife comes down, looks at the computer because she wants to check out some spas at their vacation destination. And then, boom, next thing you know, he sees Carol up the street finger blasting herself into the conversation. I don't know what they do. Like having a conversation with Todd. And then next thing you know, family trips ruined. Everybody's getting divorced. Okay? I've seen it a million times. I have. What the hell? Who decides that they just want to pee on a bunch of stuff? As an adult. A kid, sure, you're dumb. Don't know better. My God. I just stumbled upon it. Don't know how that happened. It's just weird. I was just Googling recipes on the interwebs, and next thing you know, there she is, just urinating all over. Everywhere. Moving along. Fox News journalist Abby Hornacek got body slammed on live TV. And everybody's like, "Oh my God, that's fantastic. Look at that. Oh, what a champion." Okay, first of all, she was on a mat. I will say this. It was a great body slam performed by the wrestler. It was really cool. Great body slam. But I call bullshit and sexism, okay? Because let's not forget, just over 5 years ago, Mark Schlereth body slammed me in an office building with all our management surrounding us at 104.3 The Fan and encouraging this video, mind you. And as he slammed me onto the concrete floor, hindsight, not a good decision by either of us, but we both agreed to it. He body slammed me and broke my rib. My head immediately turned bright red like a fucking tomato. Hilarious still. A lot of people still get angry about it. I was just texting with Stink earlier because I had posted the video of her getting body slammed and then me getting body slammed. And I'll read you the comments from people because people are being dicks to me. And I'm like, come on, man. Big difference. Plus, Mark is like gigantic. He's like twice the size of me. So here are some of the comments, and I'll read more because there's a bunch more coming in. Psycho wrote in, "But you didn't die. Bones healed. Chicks dig scars, and glory is forever. Amen, Psycho." Okay. Derek just simply responded with #never forget. Yeah, I looked into the eyes of the beast, Derek. I lost, but I didn't back down. No. God, when you watch the video too, you can the sound up. It sounds like my rib is just popping. It also, Mark did hurt his wrist. He jacked up his wrist and his hip after that. He just wasn't a vocal pussy like me. He just quietly would tell me, "God damn it, my hip hurts in my wrist." Huey said, "Did Scott know you blocked Howie Long? Know your sensei." That's what he wrote to Mark Schlereth, because Mark Schlereth responded with, "My takeaway is Abby is much tougher than you, Scott." Well, fuck you, Mark. Fuck you, that hurt. Not as bad as my rib did. Oh my God, a cracked. It wasn't like I had a massive break. That shit's scary when somebody has like a bone that just like breaks completely in half like a fucking wishbone on Thanksgiving. No, it was a fracture. Okay, just enough to fucking hurt. Oh. Slip said, look, in regards to the lady body slam, he said this would have killed DeHuff. Yeah, when you look at what happened to her, yeah, that would have. Mark couldn't have done that nowadays. Not that I'm challenging him. Maybe he could, but is that a suplex where they grab you and then they throw you behind your head? And I don't know. I don't know anything about wrestling. Todd said, tougher than me, too. Ouch. Amen, Todd. Thanks for having my back. Everybody else is like jumping on the bandwagon with Schlereth, calling me a pussy and whatnot. Except for Todd. Todd, forgive me for making fun of the name Todd so often. You truly are a great human being, Todd. Everybody else, you're all fucking dicks. JT said, Scott needs to learn to grapple. Do I? Do I, JT? Just kidding. JT looks very in shape. he probably is a good grappler, and I don't need to deal with that. Art wrote, but is she tougher than Mike Evans's mother? What's Connery DeHuff had to say about that? Well, that's a good question there, Art. When it comes to taking a good pounding, there's nobody better than, Connery, don't you dare. I was trying to be a gentleman about it because I like to bang your mother. And Connery, goddammit, no. One day my mom's not going to think it's funny that we're using that as a punchline. I'm sorry, Scotty. Let's just say I like to bang. And Mike's mother's, because this was supposed to be about Mike's mother, and I drifted into banging your mother, and I apologize, Scotty. But yeah, if there's anybody that can take a pounding, it sure as shit is. No, you still can't say it that bluntly. I was just going to say I like to pound her too. It's not good. It's not good, Connery. Sometimes I feel like my Connery slips out and gets a little too loose. Hey, speaking of slipping out and getting loose, Connery, stop it. Here, look. I have a bunch more comments coming in. Let me get to these real quick. I'm not proofreading them. That could be a dangerous thing. Let's see. JT responded because I said something to him. Maybe he felt bad. I said, because he said Scott needs to learn to grapple, and I said, or not to wrestle a giant man who spent his life dispensing justice. He said, to be fair, he had a 270-pound dude land in size control of me and did get a bruised rib. I weigh 180, but still, grappling is beyond fun, and he should do it. Why are you JT, listen, I respect you. You're talking past me. I'm responding to you, and you're not. You're talking beyond. You fucking moron. Classic meathead. I don't know words too well. I don't get things. I'm guessing he's been banged on the head a little too much. Hey, speaking banging in the head, Connery, no more. If you want to see those, I'm going to post it on Facebook and Instagram as well, but it is on my Twitter account at DeHuff Podcast, those videos. But it's just funny. It's funny. JT, reading his words, just, man, sometimes I see some of you guys that respond to things, you need to proofread. And I'm just as guilty. Have you ever sent a tweet or a text and you just fire it off real quick? And then you look at it and you're like, God damn it. It auto-corrected to a different word, or you just forgot a key word. I did that not too long ago with a bunch of Little League coaches. They were asking me something or asking the group something, and I responded back and forgot a major word because my brain went past it. And then to make it even worse, I was looking for a GIF to respond back to the group with, and I was going to use one that of me. So I meant to type in to in the text function in the GIF section my last name, DeHuff, right? And then it pulls up all the GIFs that I've uploaded, or some of them, not all of them. And I think I put it in my last name in the search thing, but instead I sent to everybody just my last name. It's like, is DeHuff, what happened to DeHuff? Is he okay? Is he okay? Is he on new medication or something? What the fuck is going on? I'm like, my name's DeHuff. Just so everybody knows, hello, say hi when you see me. Anyway, guys, we got more coming your way, but real quick, when it comes to roof repairs, you're going to want to go with the best. They're the GOAT. They're Roof Goat USA. Check them out at roofgoatusa.com. They cover all of Michigan. They cover Colorado. Might be some other states. Who knows? Who knows? Go check them out and go to roofgoatusa.com. They've been in business for over 24 years. They understand the headaches that come with fixing a roof. And trust me, I've had my roof fixed. I had it fully replaced. It was a big pain in the back end because insurance was like, no. Insurance isn't always going to have your back. But the good thing is, Roof Goat USA knows how to navigate all that stuff. So whether it's repair, replacement, or you got to get insurance involved, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. They got your back. They know how to deal with all that stuff, whether it's residential or commercial buildings, whether it's metal or just regular standard shingle roofing. They can deal with it all. And the cherry on top from Roof Goat USA is they guarantee their work. They got a 30-year coverage from install date, all materials and labor for 30 years from date of install. That's the Roof Goat USA way. They're the best for a reason. They're the GOAT for a reason. So for all your roofing needs, go ahead, contact the GOAT. Go to roofgoatusa.com. Again, roofgoatusa.com. Experience the Roof Goat USA difference today. Let's see. Father and son in Quebec, Canada, have been banned from donating sperm after fathering hundreds of children. Listen, I'm all for father-son bonding, but this goes a little far. Okay, I just got to be honest. That's just, hey, kid, want to go to the bank? Sure, Dad, can't wait. Let's go hang out. Yeah, we're talking about the sperm bank. We're going to go jack it in separate rooms, hopefully, and, and donate. It's so fucking stupid. What the fuck is wrong with people? And what's wrong with the sperm banks for going, you know what? We need to cut you off. There's got to be a donation limit, right? Could you imagine how embarrassing would that be? Imagine you're waiting to donate and you see some guy, maybe a guy and his kid go in there, and all of a sudden you hear the commotion because they're like, no, sir, you're done donating. You can't donate anymore. Get out of here. How embarrassing would that be? How shameful. How shitty is your day that you realize that you have a sperm donating problem? Not only that, you're doing it with your father. Going to the bar, man, talk about a shitty day. Bartender's like, hey, what's going on, man? Spill your guts, man. Well, got kicked out of the bank today. Oh, really? I just tried to make a deposit. They can't do that. That's absurd. I know. They said I've been jacking off too much, donating too much sperm. Bartender's like, no, get the fuck out of here, you sicko. Do you get paid? Do people get paid for that? I know, ladies, if you donate your eggs, at least there was at one point, like it was a significant amount. I can't imagine it's an easy process, but you do get paid well. Just saying. A circus performer pulled 2,184 pounds of a carriage, like a like a horse and carriage, but no horses, just the carriage. So it weighed over 2,000 pounds, 2,184 pounds. And he pulled it with his nipples. First of all, I get he's a circus performer, but who finds out that they have that talent? How bored are you that you go, I want to how much weight can I pull or lift with my nipples? Oh, that's a great idea. Let's do that. I mean, really. And who trains for that? Imagine, where's dad? Oh, he's in the garage training. Training for what? Oh, he wants to see how much weight he can pull with his nipples. I'll tell you this, though. He better keep that fucking shirt on during pool day because nobody wants to see those saggy nipples flopping all over the place. And definitely don't do any woodworking with a shirt off because the last thing you want to do is get that like caught in a table saw. How'd you lose your nipple? Well, first of all, they sag about 10 inches. It's crazy. Now you got that visual in your head. You're welcome. You're welcome. That was the other awkward thing, real quick, about the celebration of life, is everybody's asking me what I've been up to. The people that didn't know. There's a few people that listen, and that was cool. But a lot of people are like, so what do you talk about on your show? Well, you're just gonna have to tune in and find out. And then they tune in today, and they're like going through this, and they're like, oh, saggy nipples. Oh, man, should that be the? I can't do that because the platforms won't let it trend. But if I had the title of this in a perfect world, it would be saggy nipples, right? And if you're looking for a band name, there you go, saggy nipples. You're welcome. Or if I could never do it, but if I was ever doing a stand-up comedy, thing for Netflix, which would never happen. Like, you've never been on stage before, not like this. Let's give you a Netflix special. And it'd be like the Saggy Nipples Tour. So anyway, if anybody who wants to try pulling some heavy objects with their nipples, let me know. We'll try it. Anybody? No? All right. Okay. You're lost. You're lost. Hey, real quick before we get into the mailbag, put your junk in our trunk. I know it sounds fun. It does. Storms Bros Junk Removal. If your home, garage, office, or yard is looking like a disaster zone, I get it. It's easy. It piles up quick. Contact Storms Bros Junk Removal right now. They can help clear the mess, and they can help clear your stress because I tell you what, when you have a big mess, it does cause a lot of stress. I'm rhyming those two words nonstop, and it's really kind of bugging me. But it's true. De-stress and get rid of the mess. Oh my God, guys, let's make a t-shirt. Listen, things pile up, especially if you have kids, and sometimes even when you don't have kids. It just, next thing you know, you're like, oh my God, why did I not throw all this stuff away? Why didn't I donate it? Well, here's the thing. Storms Bros Junk Removal, they can help you out. Just go to stormsbrothersjunk.com right now, whether it's couches, sofas, futons, mattresses, box springs, appliances, electronics. Maybe you got a big pile of wood. Scotty, I got a big thing of wood. Connery, not the time. Not the time. Sorry, Scotty. I got really excited. Hinch the wood. Okay, stop. Maybe you got a bunch of drywall. Maybe you did a lot of you did a construction project and you got a bunch of construction materials, whether you're a construction company or just doing stuff around the house. Either way, they can get all that stuff. It doesn't matter. Just go to stormsbrothersjunk.com. They have a whole list of things that they're able to work with. Get a free quote. That's stormsbrothersjunk.com. Or you can call them 303-736-9404. Again, 303-736-9404. That's Storms Bros Junk Removal. Put your junk in our trunk. Let's do this. Let's jump into the mailbag.
Mailbag. You've got mail.
This one comes in from Seth. Seth just wrote, I bet he slipped in the gym. And then this is the headline. Doctors find 4-pound dumbbell lodged in man's rectum for 2 days in rare case and pull it out by hand. Okay, we've talked about this a lot on this show over the years, and it's crazy. Which, by the way, men are, according to data, men are 28 times more likely to go to the emergency room with something stuck up their butt. Okay? Just saying. Just say ladies have more holes, yet we're optimizing ours apparently. God. Now here's what's interesting. This story actually took place in 2022, but the way the medical journals are released and the way people sift through them, we're just now hearing about it. We've talked about this before, where there was an elderly man that said he was cleaning his attic and he slipped and fell and an artillery shell went up his butt. that happened. There was another guy that had an artillery shell shoved up his can not too long ago. We talked about that. And so many other things. Here's the thing. I'm not going to yuck your yum. If you're down to shove stuff up there, good for you. Okay, whatever. But use some common fucking sense. Tie a thread. Tie a string to the end so you don't lose it. I don't know. What's that? What's that rope hanging from your pants, Scott? Oh, shoot. Thanks for reminding me. That's so wrong. I just feel like you could be a little more responsible with it. Okay? Don't just they have stores where you can buy stuff. You can do it discreetly online. Buy something. Don't use a fucking dumbbell. Don't use an artillery shell. Don't use whatever the fuck else we've talked about over the years. Somebody had like a light bulb up there and it broke or so. I don't remember. So many fucking things. Don't do that. That being said, it's hilarious if you do. Because I'm just sitting here going, why? And then they show a picture of it. It's a weird looking dumbbell. But it must be just, like they have predetermined weight dumbbells where it's not like you can add weight to it. It was very slim. I mean, I guess the dumbbell was just asking for it. Whoever designed it knew that there was a multi-purpose for that dumbbell. It's like when you see those shampoo bottles that are like lean and like, come on, lean and long and slightly, bumpy or whatever. Come on, those things fly off the shelves. Or the massage thing, the massage bits that are like that. Come on, let's not be dirty, but yet let's be dirty. It's a brilliant marketing move. I'm just saying. But anyway, going back to this, don't stick a dumbbell up your butt. I wish I didn't have to say that, but here we are. Once again. Transitioning into something a little bit more positive. The other day we talked about Chuck Norris passing away. And I said if he had some good Chuckisms or whatever we call those, please send them in. And Carl did not disappoint. On Spotify, he responded with a bunch of them. And these are all, I think, baseball related. He said, Chuck Norris doesn't hit home runs. The ball leaves the park out of respect. I like that. Pitchers don't throw to Chuck Norris. They just apologize and walk him. Chuck Norris once hit a foul ball and it still counted as a home run. The strike zone isn't a box. It's wherever Chuck Norris decides it is. Chuck Norris doesn't need a bat. He just stares at the ball and it leaves. That's awesome. And finally, umpires don't call strikes on Chuck Norris. They just ask for permission first. Is that a strike, sir? I'll allow it. That's awesome. Thank you, Carl, for sending those in. If you guys can, go ahead, send those in wherever you're consuming this, at DeHuff Podcast on social media, or like on Spotify, they allow you to comment now, which is really cool. I like that per episode. Again, we're having some fun on Apple. since they allow you to leave a fun review or a review and rate the show, go ahead and do that if you could, please. That would be fantastic. It helps the show to grow, and I think that's a fun way to do it. And like the other day, I said, maybe just leave a review says I like eating bananas in the dark, listening to DeHuff Uncensored, something like that, something like that, or I, I, I'm listening to DeHuff Uncensored, and ironically, lost my dumbbell. DeHuff, why are they all sexual in orientation? I don't get it. Yeah, I don't get it. Why you did I say orientation? Whatever. Good times. Again, for all the new listeners, hey, how's it going? Bing, bang, boom. If you guys want to interact with the show beyond leaving a review, you can always hit me up on email, dehuffpodcast@gmail.com. Again, dehuffpodcast@gmail.com. Or you can get me on social media at DeHuff Podcast. Wherever it is, at DeHuff Podcast. And I do appreciate you guys interacting with the show. Thank you so much for making this the #1 ranked comedy podcast in the state of Colorado. We're moving beyond it. Not only we're #1 in Colorado, but I'm looking to take over Michigan, Texas, and all that shit too. Let's do it. Why the fuck not? Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful day. Remember, don't be a dick. Be a good person. It's DeHuff Uncensored. Big thanks to Storms Bros Junk Removal for sponsoring the studios. And big thanks to Roof Goat USA for sponsoring our headlines as well as the sports section when we do sports. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful day. It's DeHuff Uncensored. Let's continue to move forward. I'll talk to you next time.